Hello, crafty friends. It's Alicia of the Call Me Crafty Al YouTube channel. And today I thought I would jump on here live. We had an unexpected snow day. It has been like spring here the last at least week, almost two. And then all of a sudden it got cold again today. And now we probably have about 2 to 3 inches of snow. So they called school last night even. So this was kind of nice, but I've been thinking about trying this since I went to JoAnn's last week, I think it was. I'm going to try to get my chat up in case anybody is here. Last week when I went to JoAnn's, in the clearance section, they had, I believe it was Heidi Swapp, they had some foiling kits that were on clearance. And I didn't want to pay for them because, again, I'm saving up for my giveaway. I've got to save the money so I can get the gift cards when that comes. So I'm kind of picky about what I buy lately. Well, they had these kits, and it was foiling with like adhesive die cuts and shapes. And at home, I have had foil for a while that was meant for a laminator. And I was thinking, I wonder if I could use that foil with adhesive. I didn't know if the stuff in those kits was special or not. So what I'm going to use today for my experiment, I have some foil that I got, gosh, probably 3 years ago on Amazon. And this was definitely for use with a laminator. You know, you have to use the laser printer, and then you put this over it through a laminator. So as far as I know, this was for heat. And then I have had these for quite a while. These are Heidi Swapps. I got them on clearance at JoAnn maybe a year and a half ago. So I didn't know, since it was that same brand, if this would work with adhesive, like if this is the same stuff that's in the kit. So I have here some light pink and mint in this one, and here it's hot pink and teal. So I'm going to try one of these. I think, let's try the hot pink and teal. So with each, the gold that I got off Amazon and the Heidi Swapp, I'm going to try the same die cuts with both foil. The die cuts I chose for today, I wanted to try a word, so I got out happy. And then I got out a paper tray ink die of the United States. So I'm going to start off by cutting these out of just white cardstock. Get out my handy Cuddle Bug. This is seriously like one of my favorite tools. I've had this thing for probably a decade. And I know that they make that new style, and JoAnn now actually has a light pink one that, you know, if I got extra money, I might consider buying. But I actually like how the old version works better. Let's see if I can cut that. I pre-cut my strips, but now they're not wide enough. So I'm going to cut out 2 of these. Oops. I just noticed that my camera went fuzzy. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know how to fix that. Odd. Maybe by the time I get these cut out, the camera will fix itself. There we go. All right, so my first, these are sometimes tricky to get out of here. PTI doesn't give you those holes, at least when they made this die. They didn't have the holes in the front to help you push it out. So sometimes you have to work around that. I'm going to cut a second US. All right. if you've just stopped by, I'm doing a little experiment with, I'm going to be using some foiling that I bought for what I thought had to be used with heat or with a laminator, but then just some adhesive. I'll be using my Xyron adhesive when I get ready to move on. Right now I'm just cutting out some dies. I'm going to do one word die cut and then the United States shape die cut. And again, sorry, I don't know why my camera decides to go fuzzy there every once in a while. Oops. Sorry for all the noise. When I do a normal video, I cut out all the noise of the machines and when I drop stuff, the clanging, but I cannot on this. Welcome, Tina, I believe, right? Starting over. Did I get that right? Nice to see you here. Doing a little foiling test. All right. So now I have all my dies cut out. And what I'm going to do next is put adhesive on the front of the die cuts. And for this, if I could find it, I'm going to be using my Xyron. Well, friends, I don't know if you've ever lost something in your craft room. I do it quite frequently, actually. But this thing is huge, so I will be right back, okay? And Tina, I just saw your message that yes, it is Tina. Good. I'm glad I remembered that correctly. All right. And I have found my sticker maker. I took it upstairs and it was not where it should be. So again, I'm going to put adhesive on the front side of my die cuts. So they'll go face down. And then once I have the adhesive on this, I'm going to try one of each die cut. One with the foil that I bought off Amazon, and then another one with the Heidi Swapp Minc foil. Now, as you know with the Xyron, before you take off that cover, you always want to kind of go around the edges. And this will keep you, well, not completely, but this helps with like the stringy edges. And since I'm hoping the foil will stick to the adhesive, I want to get rid of any extra that I can. And I bet with the word die cuts, I can imagine having some foil kind of sticking between the letters. Tina, I know, right? Like I lose stamps. One of the things I lose the most frequently are my beloved little Cuttlebug non-stick scissors. And that's probably why I now have 2 pairs, because I like to use those, but they get lost easily. My work surface that you see is usually cleared off, but I'm going to tell you around it is a complete disaster. Hello, Seth. Guess what you got today? I'm going to guess it is my test envelope. I'm anxious to see how it fared. After I had it all taped up, I was like, I probably just could have used the wrapping paper around it, but I guess that wasn't the point, was it? Because that's basically what it looked like, was a wrapped thing. All right, so I now have my adhesive on the front of all of my die cuts. I don't know how I'm gonna, okay, this might take a bit. I don't know how I'm gonna proceed. So I wanted to do one US and one happy in this foil. And this has some kind of like sticky dirt on it. So I'm gonna go down a little further to select the part that I'm actually gonna try to foil. And this is, that roll keeps going back and forth. Oh, that's not easy to cut. All right. Well, Seth, I'm going to let you keep me in suspense as to what kind of quality the envelope came in. I'll wait to see your video, hopefully. Okay. So I'm trying to see if I can foil with adhesive, because I saw on clearance at JoAnn's that they had foiling kits that used adhesive die cuts and words. And I didn't know if the foil that I already had at home would work for this, or if that was something special. Now, on this die cut, there is some adhesive still stuck kind of in the openings. So I'm going to try to get rid of that as much as I can. All right. And then I think, it's been a while since I've foiled anything. I think the white part goes against the die cut. Okay. Now, I don't know if this is going to work. I'm going to kind of just press it. I don't know if there's a word for this. Maybe burnish is what you'd want to call it. And I can see the outline of the die cut, and I think maybe you can start to see it on camera. I'm going to get up here in the Great Lakes really well. Oops. Smashed up New England. So if you can tell there, you can see an outline of the die cut. So I wonder if that's how it's going to stay. All right. You know what? Let's kind of hold ourselves in suspense. I'm not going to pull the foiling off until I have everything on there. What do you think? Next up is my word happy. This one is probably going to have a lot of areas that I have to clean up between the letters. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I'm going to use my non-stick scissors here, kind of go around the edges. Sorry, this part's taking a little bit. If you have any ideas how I could do this better, feel free to leave them in the comments. Okay, so again, oops. I'm going to put my adhesive up. And now this word, it kind of wants to, you know what? I'm going to do this one face down, just so I can get it to lay right, because the die cut itself is a little bit more fragile. All right. So I have that on there. I'm going to go ahead and burnish that again. Here in the middle of the Y, a little tricky. You know, if this works, this foil on Amazon, it is like lots of foil. I mean, you can see how thin this is, and you get this whole roll. I mean, I think this was something like $11, and it was tons of it, and they had different colors. So again, I did order that a couple years ago, but when I'm done with my live video and I have a chance, I will check on my Amazon account to see if I can find that purchase and if they still sell it, and I'll link that below if this does work. Otherwise, you would have to have a laminator to do this. So, okay. I think I have that burnished pretty well. Pick that up. And again, I'm going to wait to pull off the foil until I've got them all done. So I'm going to set this to the side. And Tina, yeah, like Tina said that she has the stuff to do it, but she hasn't tried it yet. Yeah, when I first got the big roll of foil, oops, there comes something off my messy area. When I first got this, I tried it to make sure it worked, and then it's been sitting in my craft area ever since and used. So of course, I mean, I had to get more. So when the Heidi Swapp stuff was on sale. All right, let's try some of this blue. Yeah, I don't know how much I paid for this, but I think you get 2 6x12 sheets of each color. So it was definitely a better deal to buy the stuff from Amazon, if it works. Okay, so again, this is the Heidi Swapp. I'm going to do the same thing. And you know, I think I'll go ahead and just put it face down and put both dyes on at the same time. But you know what? I need to go through. Try to get rid of some of the adhesive. I won't do these ones as well. We'll just see if it works. So today on my unexpected snow day, I did upload a reminder video about my giveaway that's going on and also for the collaboration call. I've talked about this before, and of course I have the video, but I thought it would be fun to get together some crafty YouTubers and do like an inspired collaboration. So I will give a link for inspiration a couple times a month. And then kind of design team, I guess you could call it, they will make anything that they were inspired by. So, if you're not a card maker or not a scrapbooker or make pocket letters, you can do whatever your craft is and join us. So I hope you'll check that out and join us if you can. My plan now is to do 2 a month, a post on the 15th and a post on the 30th, I think. So my first one, I'm getting ready to send out the inspiration here shortly on the 1st of March, and then our first videos will go live on the 15th of March. I have already selected the inspiration, and I'm very excited this weekend to go ahead and try to make my card. And again, I'm going to make a card, but I have no idea what the other members are going to make. We're calling it the Oh So Inspired Collaboration. I mean, watching YouTube videos, I think everybody gets inspired. That's what this, I think, is for, right? All right. All right. Oop. Oh, no. Ooh. Oh, you got to be careful when you're doing this. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just take off the extra so I don't ruin any. So now I have both kinds burnished, the Heidi Swapp and just the cheap stuff I got off of Amazon. This stuff's kind of hard to cut. May as well gnaw it with my teeth. All right, so everything is burnished. If you're watching, why don't you leave a little comment about if you think this is going to work. And if you've tried it before and you're joining us, let me know. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just peel it off. I'm going to kind of go at an angle. I mean, the foil is definitely coming off. But there are some spots where it didn't pick up. I'll see. But yeah, I mean, overall, it kind of along the edges there, it didn't lay down completely. But I mean, that could have just been me not taking enough time. I don't know. I think that might work. So that's a Heidi Swapp. And then on my USA die cut, again, focus, there are some areas where Tina, yes, it will work just because I want it to work. And Lisa, thank you for joining us. I see you're here. Yeah. So I would say overall, I mean, that did work. And this is the Heidi Swapp Minc foil. And this, as far as I know, was meant for the machine, which has heat. There are some spots here, but maybe you could even go for a distressed look if it doesn't lay down completely. Okay, now let's try the cheap foil and see if it worked. I'm going to go ahead and rub this a little bit more around the edges. That's where it peeled up the most with the Heidi Swapp foil. But again, I mean, I think if you practice that, I think this could work. All right. And the word die kind of wants to move around. All right. All right. So I do see that I have some more viewers. You're coming in kind of right at the end of my test here. I have put adhesive on the front of die cut letters and used foil to see if I could make my own die cuts, my own foil die cuts, because I saw over the weekend Heidi Swapp had foiling kits on clearance at JoAnn, that it was an adhesive process and not having to use her Minc. And I didn't know if it was special foil or if it was just like the regular foil for her Minc. So I have tried her foil, which are the blue shiny die cuts, and I'm getting ready now to peel the foil off of the die cuts. And this foil I bought on Amazon years ago, and if it works, again, I will link that to the video once I get a chance. I'm going to go ahead and just cut away the excess so I can use that later. And are we ready? Let's see if I have any comments. Okay. Crafty Days. What about using your bone folder? Yeah, we could maybe try that along the edges. I almost think we need something that's not as stiff though, so it will go in those tiny little detailed edges. But I'll use it along the bottom and we'll see if that looks any better. Or maybe I should kind of run all across. Okay. And Ms. Martini Girl, welcome. Just tuned in. You can always go back and rewatch it once it's uploaded. And Tina H, I have the cheaper gold foil and wasn't all that impressed with it. Okay, well, here we go, Tina. Yeah, I've used the gold foil with my laminator. And again, like I told Tina starting over earlier, I kind of used it when I got it and then never tried it again. And I think with the laminator, I think the gold foil worked fine. But yeah, I don't know yet how it's going to work with the adhesive. So let's go ahead and pull it back. Again, I'm going to kind of pull it at an angle. And I'm going to go slowly. Especially, I'm going to take that off. You know, I have to say, so far, and maybe it's just because I was a little bit more detailed in my burnishing or when I rubbed it, but guys, this one looks great. And it might also be the gold foil is lighter, so you can't see the white as much. Like I have just a little bit up here, but that worked out beautifully on that one. Wow. Okay. So there is one. Let's go with the word die cut. This one's a little bit more detailed, harder to get around the corners. And I got some adhesive apparently on my background mat because now I have a slight gold foil outline of the United States on my video background. That's okay. Okay. Yeah, this one, on the Y, a lot of it didn't lay down, but maybe if I just took more time. But I have like streaks of white up there. But I mean, really, for just testing it, I think it works pretty well. I especially like the gold US die cut. I think that one looks really nice. And I'm wondering if I used kind of a lighter color with the Heidi Swapp, if it wouldn't have been as noticeable. But now you have that dark blue against the white cardstock, so you can see pretty easily where it didn't lay down. Let me read the comments. Tina H, I'm gonna have to retry it again. Looks great. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much you paid, Tina, for your roll or how much it was, but I think that whole roll that I got was like $10 or $11, and it is a lot. I mean, I bet it's yards upon yards of it because it's so thin. Ms. Martini Girl, wow, these look great. I never wanted to buy one of those Minc machines, as you also need to have a laser printer. These look like they are working pretty good. Yeah, I mean, I've had a laser printer for years, but now it's away from my craft room and hard to use with cardstock. But I do have, when I bought this foil originally, yeah, I did not pay whatever it was, like $150 for that Minc machine. I bought a cheap laminator on Amazon at that time. I think it was $60. But since then, I have gotten a Scotch laminator, and you can get them at like Walmart or Target for like $20 or less. I haven't used it with foil yet. But I have used it like with laminating pouches, and seriously, for $20, if it works with this foil, I think it's well worth it. And it's easy, it's accessible. You don't have to have an Amazon account, or you don't have to be in a big city where there's like a, office supply store. Walmart and Target have it, so it's easy to get to. So maybe that's what I'll do next, is do a test using the Scotch. And if I can find my other one. It's kind of like at the beginning of this video, I could not find my Xyron. I really have not seen that other laminator in ages. I would have to do some searching, but I could at least try it with the Scotch laminator to see how the foil works. But yeah, I wouldn't pay $150 for the Minc machine, because I think the one that I had before definitely worked okay. And yeah, I would like to see how the Scotch one works with it. So thank you guys so much for stopping by today. If you haven't signed up for my 600 subscriber giveaway yet, I would love you to go check that video out. I'm giving away 3 gift cards. I have a $25, a $15, and a $10. And if you're not in the United States, I still have options for you so that you can play along. You do have to be a public subscriber to my channel, though. I recognize most of your usernames, so I think you are. I just went through today and updated my public subscribers. I have 688, I think, subscribers, and 386 of those are public. So if you're not public, there is a way to fix it, because somebody did it today where you change your settings and then I can see you. So I'd love to have you join me. I'll link that too in the description once my video is uploaded. Thanks again, guys, for joining me. I hope to be back Sunday or Monday with a tutorial for that large envelope using freezer paper and wrapping paper. And Seth was on here earlier, and he mentioned that he did get the test in the mail, so I'm looking forward to seeing how it fared through the postal service. But again, thanks so much. I'm going to hop off of here now and maybe go on Amazon and look for some more foil in different colors. All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye.